Hey everyone, so in this video we are going to learn how to add pagination in React. So I'll just change the heading to pagination in React. So there are a couple of ways of doing this. We can actually build a custom pagination component which will take care of all of that. But the easiest way is we use an already built an optimized pagination component. So for this, we'll be using ant d. For people who are using VS Code, simply write npm I ant d. And for others who are using Code Sandbox for practice, you can simply write ant d in dependencies. And when you click on this, ant d will be imported right here. So what we'll do is also the code, whatever I'm writing here will be linked in the description. You can have a look at that also. So I'll write pagination comp, right? Pagination comp.jsx I'll write. So this will be the pagination component that we'll be uh, using, and actually we'll do all the logic inside this. So we'll write export const pagination is equal to an arrow function, and it is ultimately going to return us a div, right? So before all of that, I'll just tell you that I am going to fetch posts or fetch data. I'm going to use JSON placeholder API. This is the API. You can just copy and uh, paste it in the description. You can check. So pagination, this is going, and we are going to call this API and do all kind of stuff, right? So you know how to call this API already. If you don't know how to call an API in React, the link will be on this right side. You can check. So for now, I'll simply do a couple of things here. So first of all, we'll have to define states here, which will save the data, which will right. So I'll write const, and first we'll have the data set data, and which is going to be a use state. And in use state, what we'll have is initially this is going to be null or an empty array, because this is the thing that we are going to ultimately loop to show our data, right? So this is it, data will be here. So for pagination, if I tell you, the ant depagination actually takes this kind of data. So if I simply write the component here, so you'll see this is what the pagination component in ant d works. So this is the required thing. So we need to have a current page. So we'll write const current page set current page, which is going to be initially the current page should be what? It should be ideally 1, because we are going to scroll from the first value, right? So the first page, right? So this is it. And then we'll have to set a page size const page size and set page size, which is going to be a use state again. And initially what can we do is we can put a page size of maybe 10, 5, whatever that is, up to your choice. So on page change, we are going to write a function const on page change is going to be something, and we're going to return a function. So this is sorted, this is sorted, data we already have. So we can also put a loading state. If we let set state, which is sorry loading, and we'll write set loading, which is again going to be a use state, and loading initially will be false, right? So if you see, we have done the component is here, but we still need to do all the work. So I'll simply import pagination. Why is it not importing? So I have write export const pagination comp, right? So I'll just copy, save, and I'll paste it here. And if I hit again, you can see Code Sandbox will auto import it. So if I just save it right now, it will say pagination is not available, because we have not actually imported pagination from ant d. Now I have imported pagination from ant d. There should be ideally no error, but I'll just refresh the page to see how it looks like. So it is transpiling, and let's see. So for that moment, let's write the logic for fetching the API, right? So let's do one thing. So yeah, let's put a use effect here, and let's just to see if the page is rendering or not. Paginated, I'm just writing paginated. So yeah, it is coming, that means it is rendering, right? So I'll just remove this, and you can see there is this component is already here because there is no data. So one is coming here. So also we can write this logic. If data dot length is there only, then you do this. So that means, so we'll just cut this from here, paste it here, and we'll write data dot length. If that exists, only then you show. If this exists, then you show, otherwise you don't show. Now you'll see, you'll not see the component here, right? So let's fetch the data. So we'll write use effect, and use effect will again have a fetch data function, right? So fetch data is going to be a function again, but since this is going to be an async call, so async will write here, and we'll put this is here. We'll add a dependency array as nothing, and I'll just quickly write the logic for fetching, right? So in the fetch data function, what we have to do is we have to put a try catch block. So when we try and then we catch, right? So in try, we have to set loading as true, then we write the await call here, and this is the function that actually fetches the data, right? So we'll write const result. So this is, since it is going to return us a JSON, so we'll have to await the JSON from the response, right? So I'll write response.json, and once we do it, set data, and this is going to be put in result. So you can see we have put the data in result. So if I just simply console.log, and if I write data here, I'm sure nothing will come because we have not called the fetch data function. So here I'll write simply fetch data and do this. I have not added a error block here because I'm assuming that there will be no error, but let's see. Okay, so you can see nothing is here because we have fetch data is here, set loading is true, and set data is await. We have done response.json, right? So it is saying, okay, let's refresh this and see. Yeah, you can see 100 posts are coming in the response. Now you see this data is here. So data length, you can see it is already, since the page size was 10, the component automatically divided into 10 into 10, that is 100, right? So if I change it to 20, this will convert to 5, 1 2 3 4 5, and if I write it 50 here, page size, it will shows 1 2, that means first is 50, second is also 50. So for initial understanding, let's put it 10, and now on page change, also we are not showing the data anywhere right now. So for that, let's do one thing. Let's use a list. And what will the list, where will the list come from? It will actually come from entity again. So I'll simply, where we imported pagination, we'll also import a list, and we'll write data dot, if data dot length is here, then you show a list, otherwise you show null. So now if you see, we have, so current data is here, and so we have to define what is current data, right? So current data, so I'll define a function here, so a variable here, current data, which will actually slice from where the start index. And what is going to be the start index? We'll have to write that. So first, okay, let me put the start index. So where the page is going to start. So we'll write start index, which is going to be the current page minus 1, right? Whatever this is, the current page is, if the current page is 1 minus 1, that is 0, multiplied by the page size. So the page size we have defined here. So if you see, start index will be calculated from here, and for the current data, we have to slice from the start index up to where the end index, which we also have to define. So I'll simply copy this, and I'll paste this, and in start index, from start index, we'll simply put start index here. Okay, here end index, which is going to be start index plus the page size. So now if you see, we have rendered a list. So it's a simple logic. The start index of the page will be, imagine the current page is 2, and 2 minus 1 is 1, and the page size is 10. That means the start index of that particular page will be the 10th, will be the start index, right? So start index is here, this is here, this is here, and yeah. So you can see a list is getting rendered, but nothing is happening when we are changing this, because we have defined a function that is called on page change, but that on page function is not doing anything. So on page change, okay, it's supposed to be a function. Yes, so on page actually accepts couple of props, a and first. Should we check or not? So let's go with, so first is page and the second is page size. So I'll simply put an underscore here, put an underscore here, and I'll simply do what? Console.log underscore page and underscore page size. So if I simply save it and let's check in the console if we change, is something happening. So if I change, you will see the first, it is saying that I have clicked on second and the page size is still 10. And if I click on third, it is telling me the page size is page is 3, but the size is still 10. So we'll simply have to set current page as page, and what will be the page size? Set page size as underscore page size, and here we have to put this. So now if I save it, you will see if I click on second, the value is getting changed, this, and I can even go to the last value. So this is how you actually add pagination to your app. Now current page show size changer. If I put it as true, you will see I should get a, okay, if I put false, what happens? I have to check this. So there is a functionality in Andy that you can actually show the size change option also. So you can actually, okay, this is hidden, my bad. So you can see, you can already add a predefined things and automatically everything will be taken care of. If I write 100, you can see the component gets converted to 100 values, sorry, 50 values per page, and you can see 2 pages are here. And if I change it to 5 page, you will see 20 pages, and you can directly even change maybe 12 here, or okay, you cannot put 12, so you have to define the values here. Maybe you can put a 100 also. So if I put 100 here and I save, you can see 100 is also coming, but the page size will only be 1 here. So that's how you implement pagination in React for your application. You don't have to do anything. Straight away copy paste and replace if you are in a hurry. Otherwise, just understand this small logic and you'll be good to go. Rest, if you want to go through more about what pagination component can do, can you modify it, can you like put custom icons over this and this, I'll link the pagination document here as well, and so that you can have a better look. But if you have more questions regarding this particular thing, do subscribe to the channel. If you found this video helpful, like and subscribe, and also share it with your friends who share similar interests. Right, so that's all for this video. The link of this video in the description, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.